All right, so it looks a little bit complicated, but it's not. It's actually pretty simple. You can let me know what you guys think in the comments below, whether you think this is likely, impossible, deranged. It's up to you. Let me know what you think. But for me, just within like the last 24 hours, just putting together these connections, it kind of all makes a little bit of weird sense. And it is conspiratorial, and it is my opinion. You don't need to take this seriously if you don't want to. But it looks very suspicious. Anyway, so it all starts with, in my eyes, the idea of reform being captured, which a lot of the supporters of reform who have dropped away from supporting the party feel that it has been. So how could that happen? And who are the people that allowed it to happen? Well, there's obviously 2 or 3 key players, and that's Richard Tice, Nigel Farage, and Zaya Youssef. Now, Farage is linked to Talk TV and GB News because he has guest spots constantly on Talk TV, and he's an anchor on GB News, if I'm correct. Or is it the other way around? Talk TV is owned by News Corp, and GB News is owned by Legatum, and Legatum is owned by the Marshalls, who I think it's Winston Marshall, who just had Zaya Youssef on his show. Zaya Youssef, who is also heavily featured on GB News and Talk TV. The Marshalls also half own Legatum, by the way. The rest, the other half is owned by the Saudis, who Youssef has also been linked to. And if you want to include the Saudis and the Deep State, then the Deep State is part of the WEF, which is heavily influenced or influences Goldman Sachs, who Farage is linked to, and Youssef is linked to, all of them. And of course, Farage is the head of Reform UK. There's a lot to take in there, I understand. But I think the one that really sits for me is that Youssef is linked to every single one of these. Mr. Mohammed, sorry. You can let me know what you guys think, honestly. At the end of the day, is it worth it? Putting your trust, all of your trust, in someone who seems the opposite of trustworthy at the moment. Yeah, sure, he says things, he opens his mouth and words come out. He doesn't promise much though, and he certainly doesn't promise the things that this country is crying out for. And if any of this is true, if any of these connections are legitimate, and if any of this is actually a mechanism that has been set up to capture Reform UK, then it's certainly worth something. It's worth considering. That's all.
If raising legitimate concerns about thousands and thousands of unchecked foreign males